There's three key things I want to talk about in today's video. And to start things off, I actually got my phone with me so I can keep track of what I want to mention. But the first key point I want to mention in today's video is the fact that I've been getting traction from posting and more subs, but all I'm looking for is progress. I understand that this is going to be overnight. So that's the first key point I want to talk on. So the more traction I've been getting. If you haven't noticed, you can go through whether it's going to be my TikTok or specifically my YouTube shorts, but you can see towards the bottom of those shorts, I wasn't getting any views. I mean, maybe like, I think on one of the videos, I got like 4 views on it. And I wasn't discouraged because I know nothing's gonna be quick, that's gonna be easy. And through consistency and posting, things will get better. But like in the very beginning of posting even shorts, and it still hasn't been that long, I was only getting like 30 views. Now I have views that have 2,000 plus views, 1K views, 1.5K views. And it's just so exciting to see the progress just from beginning, even just to now. You can go look at my YouTube shorts and see just the progress in those. And a lot of those are just like trial and error videos that I'm not expecting anything from. And I'm just showing little bit of signs of progress. But that is literally all I'm looking for. All I need is progress, and I'm gonna continue to take off, go back, study the film, and just do better. Because you're not gonna get better if you don't study what you're putting out. So with that being said, I'm gonna go back, I'm gonna go watch the film, and I'm just gonna keep putting out more content and just keep improving and trying to get better each day. And even on some of the YouTube videos, or shorts, some of the shorts that I put out, I've been getting some subscribers from those. And it's just so exciting to see. Because even though I think right now making this video, I'm at only 20 subscribers, at one point I was at 0. So progress is progress, and you just have to stay with it and be consistent, because in the end, it's all gonna work out. You just can't be the one to give up. The second thing I have written in my notes is I have a lot of big additions to the agency that's gonna skyrocket my clients and the results for them. I do have in the works, essentially, you can call it if you want to, my own concrete business that's really gonna help skyrocket results for my clients. Because not only am I a marketer for it, but I also will be the owner of a concrete business. And I can use some of the results and some of the work that I've done, physical part of concrete for my clients, as content to help promote and scale the company even more. It just adds more credibility. I can do all this without really too much effort from my end because I'm working with the team. So this is why your network is so important. So that's in the works. I'm not gonna release too much detail on that. Still something that's gonna be just under the radar for now until we continue to grow and grow big. But that's gonna really, really help build, brandability and really help scale. The main issue that I've been running into is a lot of the clients that I'm servicing don't really have any footage. And that can be very, very tricky when you're starting out in the agencies, when you're signing clients and you need stuff to run ads for, and then they literally tell you they don't have any videos, recordings, or footages that you can use as leverage to obviously run these ads and get results for them. So you pretty much have to come up with all that footage, all those videos and photos on your own, and praying that it works because they didn't do the work of recording anything for them to help promote their own business. Doesn't make sense, but it just happens. Especially when you're doing local services or when you're running ads for local service businesses like myself in the construction space. For some reason, these guys most of them don't even take any videos, and it makes it super, super difficult for us to really scale. So with me having my own business, I can go out and take myself, go out and record videos in person and use that as videos for myself that I pretty much, essentially would have full control over. It's gonna really help skyrocket things. Let's just put it that way. Just build so much credibility. And yeah, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. I'm super, super excited for that. Pretty much the second thing I wanted to talk about. Third, let's see what I have on here. Third is the final and most important thing I want to discuss, which is focusing on one thing. I've been getting the woman in the red dress a lot, and I need to double down and focus on one thing. So what I mean by that is, I don't know if you guys ever seen The Matrix, but in The Matrix, Neo's walking, he's doing this course, and pretty much this woman in the red dress walks by, and he gets distracted. And then the film changes when he gets undistracted from this woman. It's one of the agents who are the bad guys holding a gun to his face. And then Neo's professor says, "Neo, did you see the agent, or were you paying attention to the woman in the red dress?" Something along the lines of how that works. Pretty much just highlighting that it's very easy to, when you're trying to build something and focus on one task, to be distracted by another opportunity. So for example, a lot of entrepreneurs, and I'm literally speaking as a victim, will have this business, let's just say it's selling insurance, right? They want to start selling insurance. So they start selling insurance for a little bit. It's a super exciting thing, it's brand new, they see a lot of guys making a lot of money in it, and they're so excited about it. Then they go to do it and they realize it's a lot more than what they had thought was gonna go into it. Hence meaning you gotta get licensed, so you gotta take a test, you gotta get licensed. A lot of agencies, they don't provide you with leads, you go down and get your own leads. There's chargebacks, there's a lot of things that go on in insurance that can really pull people away from it. So what does that person do? They find out all these things, hence the woman in the red dress, because it seems good because a lot of people are making money in it, but there's also a lot of things that they don't know that comes with it. They haven't realized yet. So they find out all those ugly things, and then they see somebody else, like another buddy, who's getting really successful in, let's just say, dropshipping. Now they're like, man, there's too much stuff going on in insurance, there's chargebacks, there's other issues that are going on. I don't want to do this thing. My buddy's crushing it in dropshipping, let me go do that thing. So now they're stopping doing insurance, now they're learning about dropshipping. Then they realize that there's a lot more that goes into dropshipping than what that you just see on social media. There's a lot of things that just go into it, and it's not just an overnight thing, it's gonna take time. So then they start doing that, they get excited, and they realize there's a lot more that goes into it. So now they're gonna pull away from it, and now they see another buddy doing something else, and they just keep going through this loop of just finding out about something, learning about it, starting it, and getting excited about it, learning the things that are ugly about it, and then they get discouraged, and then now they see somebody else who's crushing it in another venture, so they want to do that new venture because they need to leave money on the table if they don't do that. And it's just like this endless loop of like hearing something, starting it, finding out about it, quitting, starting a new venture, and it's like this endless cycle that just never stops. Next thing you know, they're 5 years down the entrepreneur journey, and they haven't made any progress in any business because every time they start a business, they don't stick with it long enough because they're starting a new one because there was things that they didn't know about that you have to overcome in order to be successful in that specific thing. So pretty much that's a woman in a red dress. And sorry I went off on a tangent about it, but it's just really, really important because that was kind of happening to me. I had some free time, I guess you can say, and I thought of this really, really good idea because you guys know I used to sell insurance and I still do it in the mornings just to kind of offset business income. But whatever, that's a whole nother thing. But anyways, I thought of this really, really good idea that could be super, super successful with them. And like, man, if I just launch this thing and I build it up and I scale it, I could crush it, make a ton of money in it. Not realizing that if I do this thing, it could really, really take away a lot of time that I'm doing for the agency. I'm getting distracted essentially by the woman in the red dress because my main bread and butter is running ads for concrete clients, not doing 30 million other things for other agencies or trying to work with different clients. Again, like I'm literally going back on the word that I said not to do. I'm going all in on what I already have results in and what's already proven to work. Because if I keep diving in different directions, things aren't gonna work out. That's, I guess, what you can call my tangent on focusing on that one specific thing. And something I wanna add is that I didn't make, and I noticed this, because I've been so distracted and doing so many other tasks besides doubling down on the marketing agency and making sure I'm running, like only focusing on my concrete clients, is I noticed I didn't make any cold calls this week or do any forms of outreach because I've been so distracted by doing so many other things. Like this whole last week, I was doing everything but one thing. And it's kind of bothers me because I need to sometimes listen to my own advice. Like I feel like I can give everybody else advice, but I can never take my own. And that's like something I really, really gotta work with. Like this whole week, I didn't do any calls. I didn't send any DMs, cold emails. I done no outreach. And outreach, when you're starting out, is the most important thing. Absolutely, honestly, all my time should be dedicated to literally just doing outreach because that's what's gonna make or break the business. Like if you don't do any outreach and you slow down what's feeding the business, everyone knows the business can implode. Poof, it'll blow up. I gotta do better at that, and I gotta make sure that stop paying attention to the woman in the red dress and focus on one thing. Well, I just know that that's gonna be what's gonna take my business like skyrocket to the next level. Like I'm sure the main issue is literally just my ability to focus. That's gonna be the thing. Yeah guys, that's all I have for today. I'll see you guys next week.